Hey, what's up, good people, and welcome to the Indie Music Channel. My name is Chris Clay, and I am the ambassador for great independent soul music. And I'm here every Monday to give you some pointers to help grow your brand and help you continue to be successful as an independent music artist. Today, I want to open the very first one up with the question that I'm asked week in, week out by independent artists. And that question is, do I need more money for radio once I leave the studio? I understand that you've spent a lot of money in the studio, whether you recorded it at home or you recorded at another facility. You had to pay for it. You had to buy the equipment and all that kind of stuff. I understand that. But to answer your question, do you need money for radio? Absolutely, yes. Radio is a business. And being that I'm a broadcaster, I have over 30 years of experience in radio broadcasting. Let me tell you, radio was not designed to play records. That's not what radio was built for. Radio was built to sell advertisement, people. It's not designed to play records, okay? Let's get that straight. That's not what radio is for. It's a courtesy when the radio station plays the music. The radio station is designed to play advertisement and sell advertisement. So let's talk about commercial radio, internet radio, and podcasts, okay? We're going to start with commercial radio. It's probably not likely you can buy interview on commercial radio. They normally want you to do a promotion, or they want you to do a time schedule, or they want you to do a promotional show for them. Okay, so a time schedule on a commercial radio station, you need a budget somewhere around $3,000 to $5,000 to get that happening, which most artists just don't have that kind of money to spend at one radio station. If the radio station is doing some kind of summer event or winter event or any kind of event, they may let you perform, and that could be your payment, you performing on their show, if they allow you to get on the show. Now, we're going to move to internet and podcasts. If you're looking at internet, a lot of you independent artists are getting your records played on internet radio stations. Internet radio stations are great because in this day and time, streaming numbers are way up, way up. I'll use my radio station, iVibe. iVibe radio constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We always got 10, 15,000 people from around the world listening at all times. So streaming numbers are way up. You know, when you look at the Internet Broadcasters Alliance, that's 2.8 million people listening at all times. So it's great to get your record played on internet radio stations. Do you need money for internet radio? Absolutely. Let me tell you why. It's very important that these internet radio stations continue to stay on the air so they can play your records. But internet radio stations have a lot of expenses. First, starting with sound exchange. Sound exchange is how you get your royalty money for us playing your records. It's very expensive for us to play your records. So we don't ask a lot. We just ask you to buy a banner every now and again. We ask you to do interviews. We ask you to do little stuff. You know, a banner on a radio station costs you $100. You know, $100, it'll last for a month. You get all that traffic, people seeing your banner and all that stuff on the radio station. Very, very affordable. But you're getting a ton of airplay behind that banner. And you're helping to keep that radio station on the air. I know a lot of stations will just play your record because they need great music and they need great content. But eventually, they're going to ask you for something. They're going to ask you for an interview. That could act as money. They might ask you to come out and do an event. That could act as money because a lot of internet stations are doing events these days, and they need artists to participate in those events. So you come out, you perform for free. That could act as your money, but you got to do something. And while we're on the subject of radio, especially internet and commercial, people, once your record gets on the radio, you must. This is a must because this is what you're not doing, and this is why your record goes up the chart and then it falls off and it never comes back. You must call these radio stations weekly and check on your record. You must. That's mandatory. Because what radio's telling me as I get out and I'm advocating for your record, I'm telling them about your record. I'm saying, man, this is a really dope record, and I think you should be playing it. This is the kind of results that we're getting from the record. They say, well, man, last time I played so-and-so's record, we played the devil out that record. They never even called to say thank you. They never even called to check and see how their record's doing. Well, let's clear that up today. People, once somebody starts playing your record, I don't care if it's a podcaster, I don't care if it's an internet radio station, I don't care if it's a commercial radio station, it could be the local DJ. Check on your record weekly. It's important. If you want to have longevity on a record, you must follow up on that record every week. Now, every radio station has a music day. Find out what that music day is and call in there and check on your record. If no one answers the phone, leave a message. Let them know that you're calling to check on your record. That's going to give you life on your record, people. If you don't do this, yeah, they may play your record for 4 or 5 weeks. But isn't your record better than 4 or 5 weeks? You slaved in the studio for months. So you're only going to get 4 or 5 weeks of airplay on a record, and then it falls off the chart and nobody ever hears it again, and you still hadn't sold no records? Look, let's be real here. You made these records so that you can sell records or get distribution deals or label deals, either or. If you're not checking on your record and your record's not lasting, you wasted your money. You're not getting a deal. You're not going to get anything. You're going to get back in the studio and make another record and hope that they play that one. So let's treat our business like a business. And if you can't do that, then hire somebody. Your mama, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your church member. I don't care who you get, but they need to call and follow up on your record if you can't do it yourself. It's imperative. I own a label and I run a label and I have 4 or 5 artists signed to me at this point. It's mandatory that my staff follow up on a record every week. I need a report at the end of the week. I need to know how the record's doing. I need to know what's going on with the record. I need to know everything about the record. It's mandatory. Somebody's going to lose their job. That's just a part of the business. And I want to help you guys continue to grow your brand. And these are the cracks that most indie artists are falling through. You get your record on, you don't follow up on your record, or you get your record on, you don't want to do interviews, you call in late for the interview, you miss the interview. Those are bad things, man. You're never going to get you may get that record played, but I promise you, when you come with another record, shame on you, man. It ain't going to happen. So people, look, to answer the question, yes, you need some money, because if you're not going to be buying stuff at the radio station, you're going to need money to travel. So yes, you need money outside the studio for these radio stations. I would suggest what we do, we buy a lot of banners. It's easier for me to buy banners on stations than for me to travel around and move the artists. Now, we do move the artists based on the event. If it's an event big enough for us to sell records, we will move the artists around at our expense. But it's easy to buy banners and keep the record up for 22 weeks, for 30 weeks. That's easy. And if you're getting that kind of airplay on a record, then what label, what distribution company is not going to see those numbers eventually and call your number and offer you something? Because that's what you're doing it for, right? I know it's the love of music, but it's your business. You're making money from it, people. So let's get off our ass and stop being creative. Once we finish the creative process, let's become businessmen and businesswomen and do what we got to do. Also, I want to talk about people that's getting their records played in the UK. Very, very popular right now. The UK is really big, especially on soul records. They're really jumping out early on records, and they're playing them out the gate without you asking. They're finding the records through, and let me tell you how they get the records, because a lot of people are wondering, how did they get my record? The UK is normally getting your record from YouTube, or CD Baby. YouTube work together. They distribute your record to various radio stations, and that's how the radio stations get your record. They start playing your record. Next thing you know, your record's sitting in the top 10 in the UK. Well, if any one of my records are on the top 10 in the UK on the soul chart, or the jazz chart or the gospel chart. It's time for me to pack our bags and we need to go to the UK and start promoting our record. So if you can't buy $100 banner on a radio station, how are you going to buy $1,000 ticket to go to UK, stay over there for 2 weeks and promote your record, have product, hotel, food, all of that? Come on, people. This is a business. I'm getting serious here. I'm out here advocating for you. I want you to win. I want you to win big. So every week, I'm going to address some issues. If you want to talk to me, you can call me 704-657-9997. Please don't call after midnight because I'm normally asleep. But if you want to talk shop, you want to talk about strategy, I'm here for you, especially if you're an independent artist. I want to help you grow your brand. I'm not charging you. I'm not, they voted me into this position. I love indie music. So I want to do the best job that I can to help you grow your brand. I want to strategically help you put something in place that will help you grow your brand other than getting 4 or 5 radio stations playing your record or you sitting around just tooting your own horn because you're getting some airplay on a UK station that is not benefiting you at all. So I want to help you. So that's what my mission is as the ambassador for independent music. So every week I'm going to give you some tips and every week I'm going to bring you a spotlight artist. And now that we're at the end of this, the spotlight artist this week, she comes from Jacksonville, Florida. Oh my God, you got to check this girl out. This record landed on my desk about 2 weeks ago and it took me a while to listen to it because I just was busy. Finally I hit the play button. Oh my God. Her name is MJ Baker. Check her out. She's on CD Baby. She's on iTunes. She's all over the place. MJ Baker. The name of the record is called Feel Something. We just started playing the record, just serviced the record out to all of the Internet Broadcaster Alliance and the whole nine. Everybody's feeling the record. The record's crazy. This girl's got an incredible voice, very unique timbre and tone in her voice. Check it out. The record of the week for me, indie record. It's MJ Baker. Her record is called Feel Something. She's from Jacksonville, Florida. All that and then some. And she's willing to do interviews. So people, if you're a radio station and you're looking for some content, you need to get at me because I can hook that up for you. She's willing to do some stuff. She's really serious about her brand. MJ Baker, she's got the brand new joint called Feel Something. It's an indie soul record. It's crazy. I'm sure it's going to impact the indie soul chart quick. Definitely. Before I leave, one more thing because they say I got to go. If you're not servicing your record to the Internet Broadcasters Alliance, you're missing it, people. There's a lot of internet stations there, about 125 that all play hip-hop, indie music, indie soul, R&B, gospel, smooth jazz. If you're not servicing your record there, you're crazy, man. You should be doing that. That'll get you a great foot in the door for people to know that you're out there. You can find them on the web. I don't know if they're going to put the address on the on this video, but I'll tell you what it is. It's internetradiobroadcaster.com. internetradiobroadcaster.com. You should service every record you put out. Send them your album, send them your singles, send them everything. They're looking for content. If your music's all that, I'm telling you, man, this is a great way to jumpstart your record. internetradiobroadcaster.com. It's the Internet Broadcasters Alliance. You definitely need to be a part of that. I'll catch you next Monday for another independent tip. Definitely keep the music playing loud until next Monday. God bless you. Peace and blessings.